Now we are going to start with an important organ of a body, that is the human heart. As we all know that we survive just on the sake of heart, because heart is performing very important function. So we are going to study about human heart here. So first we will study about its structure. As you can see that there is a diagram for the heart, but before I start, because this is a complex diagram, so this may happen that you won't understand in a proper manner. So what I will do is I will draw a rough figure here and I will just relate the things so that you will be able to relate them and know them properly. So first of all, you should know that the size of heart is just like a clenched fist. Is just like a clenched fist. Now what is the clenched fist? It's like that. So the size of heart is generally like this. It is, or you can say that it is, the shape is like this. That is the clenched fist. So first thing is that you know that heart is a muscular walled organ. Heart is a muscular walled organ. That means it has muscles around it, it's covering, and it has a very important muscle, that is the cardiac muscle. This you have studied in the lower standards also, and you know that the important property of the cardiac muscle is that it is non-fatigue muscle, that is it never gets tired. It never gets tired, because the time it will get tired, we will get tired from the life. So that is why we say that it is non-tiring muscle. It does not get fatigue. It keeps on contracting and relaxing throughout the life. So this is what is the muscular wall. And if we talk about the outer covering of the heart is pericardium. See, the structure is just like this. I am going to draw a rough figure. We see that, and one more thing, then I will be just clubbing them in a figure. Heart is divided into 4 chambers. Human heart is divided into 4 chambers. What's that? 2 atriums and 2 ventricles. So first what you will see that heart is divided into 2 sides, that is the left side and the right side, and I am going to draw it now. Then we will just compare these figures. So it is like this, something like this. This is just a figure to make you more familiar. So it's like that. So what happened is, this is the outer covering of the heart. This is the outer covering of the heart, and outer covering of the heart is called as pericardium. This is pericardium. It contains the fluid. The fluid is present in this layer all around, and this is called as pericardial fluid. Just act as a shock absorber. So it acts as a pericardial fluid. And as I told you that heart is divided into 2 parts, so we say that it is divided into left side and right side. So this is the left side and this is the right side. Now coming to another part, I told you that it consists of 4 chambers. So 4 chambers are left atrium, this one, left ventricle, right atrium, right ventricle, right. See, 2 auricles are never joined with each other. There is always certain kind of space which is present between auricles, and that space is called as interauricular septum. Inter, that means in mid, auricular between auricles, septum means a division. So this is interauricular septum. So we can say that 2 auricles are separated by interauricular septum. And likewise there is a space between ventricles as well. So the space, the division that separates 2 ventricles is called as interventricular septum. Again, inter means in between, ventricular, that means between ventricles, septum means a division. So this is interventricular septum. And there is again a division between auricle and ventricle, this thing, and these are called as AV septum, that is interauricular and ventricular septum. As you can see that this is between auricle and ventricle, so obviously they are interauricular ventricular septum. So these are what is the division. I think you got it. 2 auricles by interauricular septum, 2 ventricles by interventricular septum, auricles and ventricles by inter-AV septum, that is auricular ventricular septum. Now In this septum there are certain flap-like structures present. So on the right side there are 3 flap-like structures present, and on the left side there are 2 flap-like structures are present, and these flap-like structures are called as valves. They are called as valves. These 3 ones are called as tricuspid valves, tricuspid, and these 2 are called as bicuspid valves, because they are 2, so that means they are termed as bi, and they are 3, that is why tri, and depending upon their shape they are both are cuspid. So this is tricuspid valve and this is bicuspid valve, and they are just performing an important function. They just prevent the backflow of blood. We will see that how it is just trying to prevent the backflow of blood. We will see when we will do working. So as for now we are just doing the structure. So I think it is clear that we have again I am just going to again tell you. This is the outer layer, pericardium, filled with pericardial fluid. It has a special muscle, cardiac muscle, which is non-fatigue muscle. Left and right side, left atrium, right atrium, left atrium, left ventricle, right atrium, right ventricle. 2 auricles by intra-auricular septum, 2 ventricles by interventricular septum, auricle and ventricle by AV septum. AV septum has on the right side tricuspid valves, on the left side bicuspid valves. Valves will just going to prevent the backflow of blood. So this is what is the structure, and there is one more important thing present in the heart. On the right in the right auricle there is a cup shaped structure present, and that cup shaped structure is called as SA node, that is sino-auricular node, and you know that there is a specific name, a special name for it, that is pacemaker. It is called as pacemaker because it is first to originate, first to initiate electric impulse in heart, because you know that heart is going to contract and relax. So there has to be a certain initiation for that electric impulse which can travel throughout the heart, and that initiation is done by a pacemaker, that is SA node, this cup shaped structure. And what is that initiation? This is just an electric impulse that you can say just a ion exchange which initiate the impulse. So this is what is a pacemaker. So this is what is a structure. So now I am just going to relate this structure with it, and please make sure that in exam you need to draw this figure, not this one. This is just a figure just to make you familiar, otherwise the figure which you will be drawing is this one only. So as I told you, now I think you will get a complete idea here. This is the pericardium, this is the purple one, is the pericardium, and then we have obviously left side, left atrium, left ventricle, right atrium, right ventricle, right, and then we have this thing also, we have SA node also here, it is not being shown actually, and then you have a tricuspid valve on the right side, bicuspid valve on the left side. This is interventricular septum, this is intra-auricular septum, and this is AV septum. So this is what is the structure of the heart, but I am not telling you the vessels first. So now we will just study about the vessels which are actually concerned with the working of the heart. So what are those vessels? The vessels that are associated with heart is the arteries, veins and capillaries. There are 3 vessels which are associated with the heart: arteries, veins and capillaries. Now what an artery do actually? Artery is the one which is thick walled. Artery is thick walled, and its function is to carry pure blood. Its function is to carry a pure blood. And which blood is called as pure blood? Pure blood is an oxygenated blood. That means the other name for the pure blood is oxygenated. The one which is rich in oxygen, which has more oxygen and comparatively very less carbon dioxide. So that is the pure blood, and it is being carried out by the arteries. So that means arteries are thick walled, narrow also. They are quite narrow also, and they carry pure blood away from the heart. So this is again a characteristic, it carries away blood away from the heart, that means through the body cells. Second we have is the veins. Veins are comparatively thin walled, less narrow, and they are going to carry impure blood. Impure blood means the blood which has less amount of oxygen and more amount of carbon dioxide. And capillaries and moreover veins are going to carry blood towards the heart, because it is just going to bring the impure blood from the body organs to the heart. So it is going to carry blood away from the heart. I will write here, it is going to carry blood away from heart. Next is a capillary. See, arteries and veins are not blunt, like suppose artery is coming from here, vein is just coming. Arteries and veins are actually interrelated to each other, interconnected. How? They are connected by means of capillaries. They are connected by means of capillaries. Let's say this is artery, it is bringing the pure blood, this is the vein which is taking the impure blood, but from where the exchange of substances is being done, that is done through capillaries. So capillaries are very, very thin walled, and through this the actual exchange of gases take place. Actual exchange of gases take place, because you know that the heart is going to pump a pure blood, and then the pure blood gets deoxygenated. So how it becomes deoxygenated? It becomes deoxygenated because the CO2 from the tissues and cells enter into the blood, and they just increase the CO2 level, and the blood becomes deoxygenated. That blood is being carried by the vein. So this is what is a basic structure. I think you got it. Now as far as vessels are concerned, you can see here that this is the pulmonary, the main artery of the the heart, which is going, the main artery which originates, which carries blood to all body parts, that is the aorta. That is the aorta. This you can see, the red one. It is the largest artery of the body, and further it divides into arteries, and arteries further divide into the finer arteries, that is the arterioles, and then finally they end up into the capillaries. The other arteries which you can see is the pulmonary artery, we have the pulmonary vein. As you know that pulmonary word is concerned with the lungs, so obviously they will be doing something with the lungs, and that we will be taking up in the working, that from where they are coming and from where they are going or what they are carrying. So this I am just leaving for now, pulmonary artery and pulmonary vein. And moreover, if we talk about superior vena cava, inferior, they are just the bigger veins, as we have the largest vein as largest artery as aorta. So largest veins are the superior vena cava and the inferior vena cava. Superior vena cava is just made of combining of large number of veins from the upper part of the body. That means the body which is above the heart, it is just carrying the impure blood from the upper part of the body to the heart, and inferior vena cava is just collecting the impure blood from the lower part of the body. So when many veins unite to form a bigger vein, you can say, so the bigger vein which is formed from the down, you can say, which is formed from the below part, that means which is carrying the impure blood from the lower part of the body, that is the inferior vena cava. So all the veins which collect the impure blood from the upper part unite to form a bigger tubule, that is called as superior vena cava, and similarly all the veins from lower side just club with each other to form a bigger vein, that is the inferior vena cava. So they are just going to bring the blood to the heart. Now we are just going to start with the working. I think you are familiar with the structure now. Again I am just doing it in a short span. Again you know that heart is of clenched fist, you know the cardiac muscle is there, outer covering, you know pericardium, you know about pericardial fluid also. You know that heart is divided into 4 chambers, first the 2 sides, left, right, and then left atrium, left ventricle, right atrium, right ventricle, intra-auricular septum, you know, interventricular septum, you know, AV septum you are familiar with. You know that bicuspid and tricuspid, as I told you, they are just going to prevent the backflow of blood. Largest artery, you know, that is aorta, and you know that what does artery, veins and capillaries do. And please keep in mind that arteries and veins are not blunt, they are actually interconnected by means of capillaries through which the exchange of substances take place. So now we are going to start with the working of the heart. That we will be doing with a flow chart, because once you will do with a flow chart, you will have a, you can say a quite strong grab over there. So this is what is the structure. So just try to remember the structure and try to draw a figure, because this is the figure you need to draw in a paper.